name is Dennis Annis. I'm the owner of Worx Media, and today is our first episode. I'm very excited, as well as very thankful for Hamilton County TV for giving me this slot. Um, my show is going to have the premise of inspiration, and weekly, I plan on bringing different people in that have inspirational stories. I'm going to apologize right now because my inspiration is here in the studio, and it is the three women in my life, other than my mother, of course. And they'll be in on the next segment. I want to explain a little bit about Worx Media and myself. Worx Media, I created as an opportunity for others. And I have a nice office, and I have all the up-to-date training equipment, and I work on putting to work the blind, visually impaired, as well as our veterans. I have a free training program in my office, doesn't cost anything, and I teach them about what I do, and I further educate them on how to be effective and be able to work from home or in my office, either or. And with that, it provides opportunity to the blind, which have a 80% plus unemployment rate right now. And I want to help them get off of their government support, their disability, as well as I'm working on insurance for them for when they do make it off. And, I was making a lot of money. I was making a lot of money before this, sitting at home, doing it on my own. But I'm a part of the National Federation for the Blind, and I'm a member of the Circle City chapter, and that chapter has taken a part of my family's life, as well as helped us through some rough times, and they're an amazing group of people. I mean, you could not believe how great they are. And my story begins November of 2013. I was a marketing director for a multi-million-dollar company. I had written the whole department, all the way from call center down to the sexual harassment policy. And I'd taken my children that holiday, Halloween, trick-or-treating. And I remember how beautiful they looked. It was an amazing thing. And November 14th, actually the 5th, I woke up in my left eye. I couldn't see out of it. It was blurry. And so I went into work, and work sent me to occupational health. And from there, they sent me to the emergency room. Then they sent me to Community East Ophthalmology. And then they sent me to Midwest Eye Institute to see a retinal specialist. Well, at that point, I was told that my left eye was destroyed for life, and that my right eye had multiple tears, and it was just a matter of time. Well, I've always been very athletic. I've always been, I was into martial arts. I spent my life maintaining a certain level of athleticism. Well, they put me on prednisone to stop the tearing and hemorrhaging of my eyes, and I was referred to a uveitis specialist, which is an eye disease specialist. And over Thanksgiving break, I lost the sight of my right eye. So in a matter of 3 weeks, I was totally blind. And that wasn't according to my family's 5-year plan. I've got the fancy business degrees, finance, so on and so forth. And we had our life mapped out. Well, in life there comes changes, and through changes, it shows your true character. And my character was where I sat on the couch taking 80 milligrams a day of prednisone and gained 80 pounds in 7 months of sick weight and was very unhealthy. I was eating out of a butter bowl because I could not otherwise trap my food. And it was very uncomfortable. And I know that there's so many people out there that are going through this that, don't know that things will be okay. Things will be okay. A little effort and a little help, and you will be back to who you were. Yes, I can't see. That's okay. I can do things without my sight that others can't do that are sighted. And that's just fine. I am effective. And I know you hear my daughters. You'll get to meet them on the next segment. But I went to Bosma Enterprises here in Indianapolis. And I'm just here to say that Bosma Enterprises is a miracle that happens every day. It is. It's truly a place for people that go blind to find themselves, redefine their skills, learn their validness. I built my own computer at Bosma Enterprises. I mean, out of parts. I built my baby. And I say my baby because at my office, on my desk, I work with 2 laptops and a desktop. And they do not compare to the one that I built. And they also taught me how to use it without being able to see. Their programs there are top notch. Their patients, their clients and staff they just love what they do, and it shows. And I took off with the knowledge that they gave me. I took off and I decided to make a change, not just in my life, but in the life of others. And later on in this show, I'll explain what my business actually does. But 1 year to the day I graduated Bosma Enterprises. 1 year to the day of going blind. And when I graduated, I had great computer skills. I had learned Braille 1 and 2, which usually takes 5 years. And I had met so many inspirational people that my life, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I've got 3 kids, a wife, the normal things. And I knew that I was going to be okay when I left there. That's what they gave me. And it was very important for me to feel that way. And for them to be able to give that back to people, there's no way that you can say thank you enough or show your appreciation. I love what they do, and I support them in every sense of the word. And if you don't know about them, look them up. They're on Facebook. They have commercials. They're great people. We're getting ready to go into a break here soon. And after the break, I have my special guest and my inspiration that you're going to get to meet. And I want you to be thankful as I am. So I'll see you right after this break. Thank you.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
As I said, I have special guests, and this is my wife. Her name's Dawn.
Hello.
And she is the driving force behind what I do. As well as this is my daughter Destiny. She's Princess. And this is Princess Bella.
Hi.
And they are the reason that I get up every morning and I work until the late hours of the day. I brought my wife and kids on here so that you can see exactly what drives me. I have a son that's 8. His name is Aiden. He's at school, unfortunately, but education is very important. So he is going to be on here eventually. I wanted to bring my wife on here because I wanted her to share her part in my story. And I wanted her to tell how it was when I went blind, what we went through as a family.
Oh, well, it got bad real fast. With you losing your job and then had trouble getting you off the couch, and it was a major change in the life we had spent so many years already building. But my goal was to get you back up and running, just like I knew you could.
Well, with her and my support system, which is a lot of old guys, Steve O'Malley, Don Owens, Dave Cade, the list goes on and on. They were my support system. And they would come to my house to talk to me because I couldn't leave. I didn't know how to walk. And when I first learned how to use my cane, I looked like a robot, and I wasn't very good at it, and I got sore real fast. And my wife, she never cut me slack. I mean, she was compassionate, but she was also the one that said, look, it's time to get up. Look, it's time to get moving. And, you know, to have a support system in place like that, I am one of the lucky ones. And in the blind world, a lot of people are by themselves. And without having the beautiful 3 women right here that you see, I would not have got up off that couch. I wouldn't have had a reason. And, oh, I got one trying to escape. But also, I want you to tell them what happened when I got off the couch.
Amazing things. First part was you were you again. You weren't what you had turned into when you first lost your sight. You got your personality back. You got up, and I couldn't get you to sit back down. I mean, you just took off running. Got up early every day to get to Bosma. Every day you learned something new, and every day you moved forward more and more and more. And life slowly got back to exactly what it was.
Well, with that, you said I finally got back to being me. Well, who was I before I got back to being me?
Oh, you were funny.
No, who was I on the couch before I got the funniness back?
You were a blob that just laid on the couch between the medicine and not really knowing how to function without being able to see. You just laid there. You listened to the TV, and there was nothing there but a body. That was pretty much it.
Well, from a wife's standpoint, to sit there and see the sole provider deteriorate in front of your eyes and the father of your children deteriorate, how were you able to deal with that?
It was heartbreaking, but it was... You were my husband, and you needed support more than anything in this world. And the only way to get the heartbreak to go away was to support you and get you moved again. Thinking positive was the way I got through that, was knowing that, we were going to be able to get back to life. But and understanding for someone just to up and one day lose their sight, you have to understand that there is going to be quite a bit of depression with that. But staying positive was the best way to get through that.
And she has. She has stayed more than positive. She has, well, let me tell you, since then, since I got off that couch and I started Bosma, we bought an Olympic gym for our house. And it was off my last tax check. And I spent the time at Bosma, and then I spent 2 to 2.5 hours every day in that Olympic gym. And she watched my physical change as well as my emotional change and as well as everything about me change. And when I graduated Bosma, we had a graduation like no other. We had to have it in a conference room as opposed to where they normally have it in the break room. And my wife, my mother, my support system was there. And when I graduated, it was a tearful moment. And my guest for next week, Kurt Dykman, the one that handed me my graduation certificate, will be on the show. He is such an inspiration. And people that inspire others to do greatness, and they devote their life to that, are what inspire me. And my wife is one of those people. She devoted her life to me and our family and to making it better. And by that, when I graduated Bosma, she supported, as well as Bosma supported, me to fly to Scranton, Pennsylvania. And in Scranton, Pennsylvania, they were holding a National Stars and Stripes USAPL sanctioned event for powerlifting. I was the only blind athlete there. Well, I was also one of the few athletes that walked out of there with 3 gold medals at a national competition that did not have any other blind competitors. And I traveled there alone, and I stayed the weekend alone. And it was all due to the mobility, the confidence, and the work I did in the gym, but the instructions of Bill Knoll, who is a mobility instructor, and I was able to handle myself in a very, very foreign place and come home with 3 gold medals. And it was my wife, my lovey. To me, when I lost my sight, she and my kids all look the same to this day, and she will always be the most beautiful woman in the world to me, regardless of how old we get. She will always be that young, beautiful lady. And, all I can do is express my love and thanks. And I really appreciate you coming and talking today on my show.
You're welcome.
And I look forward to talking more about her. And it's break time. So I'll see you after the break. Thanks.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Welcome back. Dennis Annis, CEO and founder of Worx and Worx Media TV show that is gratefully hosted on the Hamilton County channel. They are an awesome group of people, and it's an absolute pleasure to make the connection and affiliation. I want to go a little bit over what we do. If you go to blindworksmedia.com, I built that website blind in 4 hours. We offer custom websites. We offer social media marketing. We offer search engine optimization for businesses, as well as we offer custom mobile apps. And we do it at a discount rate. With that, everybody that does business with us, we have something to prove. We are blind or a veteran, and we are able to compete and do the quality that any other business can. And so we, with something to prove, offered at a discount rate. And the discount rate helps me put new people that can't find jobs in training and make them valid. Give them the tools to go to work. And up to this point, I'm not one of those get rich quick guys. I've spent more than I've made. But there are people that will be on this show that I've directly changed their lives. And in doing so, when they graduate and they give me the hug and they have tears in their eyes and they tell me thank you, that's more than a paycheck. That is more than a paycheck. If I could bottle that up and open it every day, my life would be the best life that I could possibly ask for. But when they graduate once a week, I do get that feeling, and that's awesome. And I'd like to extend to any blind, visually impaired, or veteran that needs a job. Go to blindworksmedia.com, or you can call me directly. As I said on the first interview with the lovely Jennifer Johnson, my cell phone right here, is available always. And I'm willing to talk. And I'm willing to give you a chance where there are no chances. And I will work with you if I must, personally, to help you get the tools you need to succeed. We are a growing company. We are a valid company. And we are professionals. And the products that we offer are, I was talking with Apple Development the other day, and they looked at my website and they said, my website that I tossed together in 4 hours was better than 80% of websites that he's seen. And this is from an Apple developer. Well, talk about an ego boost. Imagine if I spent 6 hours developing it. It would be awesome. As well as you can find us on Facebook, Blindworks Media. You can find us on all your social media sites. You can find us on 60 different sites here locally. And I offer that to your company. I can put you on 60 sites at a discount rate. And I know how to do the things that I'm teaching because I spent a decade learning and growing. And if you come in my office, you probably laugh. Because on my desk, I have an iMac, Mac Pro, I have another laptop, a Dell Inspiron, and then I have another desktop. So at my office, I have 3 computers in front of me that are talking at the same time because I must use screen reader and all the programs that I learned. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an example.
Messages 317.
This is going to be talking fast, and I apologize because that's how I listen. But
Messages 317.
if you listen,
Messages back button.
I can navigate my phone
Dot.
and do anything that anyone else can do.
Inbox 20 back button.
And
Reading Caroline LinkedIn.
that,
Yesterday.
you hear how fast it's talking, I apologize. But that's, I've trained myself to listen to my phone, my computers, and everything at that speed, and it makes me more efficient. But just like my phone was just talking, everything that I work with talks, and it gives me the ability to do exactly what it is that you want done for your business. And by me doing that, it offers training to help others learn what I do and offer what I do, and it gives them the opportunity to work their way toward their goal, which ultimately is to be known as a professional, not just a veteran, not just a blind individual, but just a professional. And professional people, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you see, it doesn't matter about what your disability is. In my world, you have value. In my world, I want you and I want to help. And I pay for the service to help you. And so I want you to if you're a veteran, keep this in mind. I'm in Indianapolis. My phone call's on. If you're a blind or visually impaired, my phone number is on an iPhone just like yours. It's 317-378-0244. You can call me, even if it's just to confirm or help you realize your worth. My mission isn't one of me making millions. It's not. I'd love that, don't get me wrong. You've seen the princesses I got. Women are expensive. So are girls. But to be able to change the lives of others, well, that's where I get paid. That's where everything falls in my world in line. And I will succeed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I will do whatever it takes in order to do that at all costs that I can put forth. I will do all the work to make this happen. And I really appreciate that I'm able to express the importance of Worx Media. And this show, I know that you are going to have a great time watching it because you're going to hear inspirational stories. You're going to hear funny stories. And, today it was about me and my family. Well, next week it's going to be about someone that changes lives and does what I set out to do. And I really appreciate you tuning into my first show, and I look forward to next week. And if you want to watch it, you can find it archived or on my website. So have a great week, and I look forward to next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Thank you.